Alright folks, welcome to another beer review, and today we're going back over to Sudden Death. I had to actually change my t-shirt because I was sweating too much and I thought perfect t-shirt to wear. So this is double IPA called Survival Kit, clocking in at 9.2% ABV. Forgot that was that ABV, not even MBT yet, and it's a Tuesday. So yeah, this is the last of me Sudden Death cans. I reviewed the vampire, the dentures one, and then the other one I just drank on my walk home from work. Picked them up from House Trembler Madness. As soon as I see something like Sudden Death cropping up in bottle shops or web shops, then it's going to influence me to place an order. And of course, with House of Trembler Madness, you get free delivery over 75 quid. So you end up, just to get free delivery, probably doubling your initial beer order, because that's what we're like as people. Anyway, beer in a glass then, and oh my goodness, how good does that look? That looks thick and pure, like orange juice. Do you know what I mean? Like as if it's still got a bit of pulp in it. Not the shit band. Just shy of 2 things worth of Whitehead. I almost like panicked them because they're called pulp shit. But yeah, it looks fantastic, that, doesn't it? Oh yes. So let's see what we get on the nose. God, that smells lovely. It's rich and creamy. It's got that sort of like plain yogurty sort of character to it. Nice soft sweet tones. It's got a slight fragrant element to it. Can't put my finger on it. Oh, that smells really, really nice. I can't really pick out a defining aroma because I'm shit at doing this. I'm just very good at drinking beer. And my hair's looking shit again. But yeah, it's so soft and sweet. Like sweet citrusy notes with a little bit of a tropical vibe. But yeah, beautifully balanced. No, like alcohol intensity in this at 9.2, encroaching on becoming a triple IPA. In fact, I'm sure I've had triple IPAs at this ABV, so we shall see. Smells great, looks great. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Oh my god, not bad for a Tuesday evening. You feel the ABV a little bit on the back end, but aside from that, that's so soft and silky smooth. It's a little bit of a tang, if that's the right word, on the aftertaste. A little bit of sherbet character, like lemon sherbet, like the sweets almost, but not as intense. There's like a raspiness to it as well. All very, very subtle and well balanced. I was almost like going into a really shit English impression of Jerry Seinfeld then. Just very, very balanced. What about brewed IPAs? I love it when there's like a really, like, when people do impressions, you know who it is, but it's shit and it's notable. Like when someone does a really shit, but you know who it is impression of Christopher Walken. You could do that with the likes of Jerry Seinfeld as well. Do you know what I mean? There's like, not many people can nail it, and it's almost funnier when someone doesn't quite nail the impression. Aside from it being like just an awful impression. Do you know what I mean? That's beautiful. Like, getting quite a lot of berry character coming through. Maybe a hint of a raspberry. This is one of those like examples of, it's the subtle nuances that culminate in the final flavour that really make this beer shine. You know, you could probably have, you know, a couple of sips of this and think, oh, it's not really going in one direction. It's not like doing this, and this. I don't know what hops are in there. I forgot. They had it on the description on the Trembling Madness website, but I didn't get around to reading it. Or I did, and then completely forgot it. Because I do base a lot of my IPA choices on the hop bill. There's like a slight grape character on the back end. Very subtle. Very subtle. Very subtle. Like Donald Trump impressions. Someone who, you know, they're doing a Donald Trump impression, but it doesn't really sound like Donald Trump. But if they get the mannerisms right, it's funny. It's funny. It's got a flavour of a cocktail that I can't put my finger on. Like a really fruity, tropical, summery cocktail. But I'm very, you know, I'm not well versed when it comes to beer, so, you know, when it comes to, you know, cocktails and shorts and things like that, then I'm even worse. You know, I've really took a taste to Negronis. I said Negroni, and, you know, espresso martinis. What else are there? Like, I love an Aperol Spritz, even though I hate what's the wine that the you know, the really like awful woman wine. That's a joke, by the way. Anyone can enjoy wine and anyone can enjoy beer. But I won't be able to like give you defining characters of them. I mean, espresso martini is easy. It's coffee, you know. I've been very tempted when I've been in the supermarkets, because a lot of you know, companies are now doing the small cans of mixers. Well, not mixers, but cocktails. And I've been very, very interested to give a couple a try, because stuff like that I'll have if that's the only drink I'm gonna have at like a meal. Do you know what I mean? Although I made the mistake of having an Aperol Spritz whilst in Birmingham. Prosecco, that's it. I fucking hate Prosecco. But I like a good Aperol Spritz, and I think Negroni also has Aperol, or you can get an Aperol Negroni. Stop doing that, because you're going to spill the beer. Oh, it just looks fantastic. This is... It's subtle, it's well-rounded, but it's still indulgent. I think sometimes when you get like a really intensely like flavoured in a very specific way IPA, it sort of like just overrides it, and it's like, that's just like a flavouring that just happens to be in a beer, do you know what I mean? Whereas this, it's just beautifully brewed. It's the balance and the subtleties and the nuances that really work for me. And what I like about it is, a lot of the time, you never really get that like presence of the ABV, but this, you kind of like feeling it. But yeah. Well, that's one of the most satisfying IPAs that I've had in a good while, actually. Although when I was at Bickerstock with Mersey Beers and our mutual friend, even though he's more, you know, Mersey Beers friend, and I've, you know, become part of that group. Like me, we had the Troubles. We had two variants of Troubles, not just the normal Troubles, which I actually shot a review of, and it's on my phone. I'm going to upload that because you can still buy that. People are still drinking Troubles, but the other Troubles, what's the... fuck. Can't remember what it's called now. One of the variants of Troubles, and that was very, very nice. Excuse me. But anyway. This is fantastic. I know a lot of people don't really like these higher ABV IPAs. It's like, what's the point in it? But, you know, look past that. You know, just and try it. If you see a can of this, pick it up. It's very, very good. It's a great sharing IPA if you're one of those weird people who shares your beers. Yeah, but then again, there's people who like thinking, oh, Imperial Stout shouldn't be in 440ml cans. Yes, they should, because I want 440ml of Imperial Stout, especially if it's very, very good. But yeah, survival kit. Love the artwork. I always forget the guy's name, Philip Russell, or Russell. I don't know why I always keep saying Russell, even though it's spelled like Russell. But yeah, I really, really like that. Nice and simple, cool little designs. I mean, I'm not sure if Sudden Death are doing that, but I think you should definitely be making, you know, your refillable sriracha bottles, because I think that would be very, very good. And I'm gonna have to look at Sudden Death's website to see if they still do shipping here to the UK, because I really, really enjoyed that order that I made during lockdown. I think it was about lockdown. I had some fantastic beers. Got this t-shirt as well, and it was quite reasonably priced, even with the shipping. Because yeah, I wanna get more beer merch. Not that I need any more fucking t-shirts. More sweatshirts, please, breweries. I've pled for this for so long. And not just like, I mean, yeah, I like the sweatshirts where it's a sweatshirt and you get the tiny little logo like a t-shirt and then something written on the back. But I like proper big design. It feels like you're getting more for your money and you're showcasing a good piece of art. But yeah, more sweatshirts, please. I want to definitely, there's two fashion things, right, that I want to do from this point on. Is I want to have more sweatshirts, and I also want to start getting more like vintage bomber jackets. But also, sort of like, I'm really liking the fact that a lot of companies are doing this, doing like football inspired t-shirts and stuff, even though Bundaboost's football top, which was very, very nice. I don't know if I can justify paying 70 quid, but it is what it is. You know, different people have different sensibilities and, you know, budgets and all sorts. You know, I did spend 70 quid on an Omnipolo sweatshirt, but I've always wanted Omnipolo merch, and it's a great sweatshirt, really good quality, even though it's got bleach on it and after the first couple of wearings. But you know, just get yourself one of those Poco black paint pens, does the job, even though as the more you wash it, it goes a little bit grey. But I'm such a boring cunt. Anyway, so if you've tried this from Sudden Death survival kit, I love Sudden Death. You know, when I was living in Germany, I did have a few German breweries who I reached out to, and they were, you know, gracious enough. You know, look back, and I think sometimes I really think that's gross when people reach out to companies to be sent stuff. I know people have a go of, oh, well, why are you getting like sent that to review in different sort of things? And I'm like, well, isn't it much better that a company reaches out to the content creator than content creator groveling? But Sudden Death, this was like when their first like 2 beers were released. I mean, Steven Seagal in the bottles. Who remembers craft beer in bottles? Who remembers craft beer in bottles? I'm lonely. But yeah, they were one of the quite a few the generosity of German brewers. I mean, I even got to go on a tour in the Spital brewery in Regensburg and got a big bottle of his experimental Imperial Stout that he was working on, which was fantastic, by the way. Super Freunde, Yankee und Kraut, and that developed into a really good friendship. I've not touched base with, because I know unfortunately Max passed away. But Brian, I still every now and then, I still need to get to Ingolstadt and visit like the tap room. I don't think I'll be able to, you know, get to go to Germany this year, although I could do a cheap weekend. I'm going to Paris soon, after the Olympics. I forgot that the Olympics are on, but thankfully the riots are happening here in the UK, so fingers crossed I don't visit Paris when they're in the middle of a riot. But we know how, you know, hate think works, because if other countries see us being scumbags on the streets, then it's going to rub off on, you know, other people. It's crazy times, man. But thank God we've got beer. Drinking this really quickly, nearly finished it. Not even cooked me tea. Just going to have some breaded chicken and chips, probably, because I'm an adult. So yeah, if you tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Links in the description, as always, to the brewery, Sudden Death, Philip Russell as well, because his artwork is really, you know, it's part of the brewery now, and has been for a while. Gives them a really strong identity. T-shirt's still going strong, good quality. I like the artwork, even though I was gutted that didn't have any merch for the Skeletor inspired, like words a hop and then a hockey face, but with a Skeletor hood. That was a good beer. Had a metallic label as well. Shiny. Need got. Swap. That's very British. But yeah, anyway, I'm talking utter shite. I'm getting really hungry. Go check out Sudden Death. Definitely worth taking a plunge and doing an order if they do the shipping, because the beers, I've yet to have a bad beer from Sudden Death. Some of them are just like, oh, you know, do you know, because, you know, not every beer release is going to be 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Sometimes they're just like good, drinkable beers. But Sudden Death, one of the best German craft breweries for me. And there's a good long list of German craft beer. Yeah, just fantastic stuff. Stop grovelling, Peter. Stop talking utter shite. Links in the description. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below, and hopefully I can get these videos uploaded, because I'm starting to get a backlog again, even though I deleted the last backlog. Anyway, we won't get into that. Check out this beer. If you see it in a beer fridge, if you see it in your favourite online retailer, pick it up. It's very good. And yeah, cheers for watching. You all take care, stay safe. And I think my hair got gradually worse during this review. Bye. And I think the colour's a bit off. Don't talk about that. Bye. Cheers.